Hello guys, kind of an embarrassing video today. I made a video on how you could make supports for printing 90-degree vertical TPUs objects. Turns out, I didn't catch that. I had forgot to put down my mic for the entire video, and I didn't notice until someone actually put a comment. So that is on me. Thanks to let me see, what was the name of the guy? Comments. The guy was Beliefy Meet JPVD6Ly. Thanks for letting me know. That video had a few views. Unfortunately, sometimes this happens. I just want to say thank you so much for letting me know my error, and I will, in this video, remake the video to my best ability, taking you through the high points of it. So, without further ado, let's continue. So, as I originally said in that video, which you didn't hear, is that sometimes you have objects which you want to print vertically, but the objects are thin and they don't really have any edges that you can put supports to, but you still want to print it vertically. And one such object is, I'm going to see if I can find it here, Bustomatic, wiper, let's see, 012. That's not the one. Let me see, it's the correct place. I need to find the correct one without the things I want to show. Which one is that? No. I'll just pause the recording for a second until okay, so I managed to find the correct object. So in this case I want to print this standing up, like so. The Bambu X1C can do this, but it's not always easy, and it can, since it's going to print in TPU, it can wobble, making it hard. So the thing here is you can in some cases you want to print something like this and you want to put supports, but you don't have it. With TPU it's easy because you can make supports that it easily breaks off. So what I did in this case was I used Fusion 360, and let's see if I can find the correct one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is it that one? Edit. So I went in and I made a sketch on the surface, and I make the object like in this case I make it with a height of 0.11, because I tested and that's sort of the minimum height you need to be able to slice it. And then the width of this I selected to be 2 millimeters, and then I used the create rectangular pattern function to multiply the pattern from here to here to here, and then the same pattern I just used the rectangular the other way so I can populate it here. And I did the same thing on the other side, made a sketch there. You can usually just use the previous sketch you had. You can just project over the sketches you had. And when that was done, I can go in and let's see if I can find it again. It's not that one. This one. You see, I just extruded about 0.5 millimeters from the main body. And what you end up with then is small ridges or shelves. And then you can just export that model out. And you can take it into your slicer, like here, and like I've done here. Just use that for reference. Put it flat on the side. I'll change the just change it to generic TPU just so you can see. And now you can see the ridges here. Sometimes this slice easily and sometimes they don't. I would recommend using a very low height of the filament. So let's see what happens when I slice it straight off the bat like this. I'm just gonna remove that and slice it, and we'll see nothing special happens. Okay, so go back to prepare. Now we need to open and paint the places to place the supports. So I open the support tool. Sorry. Then I select overhang, and then you just select 90 degrees overhang, and then you can use the bucket fill to only mark the underside here. See, now it's like red, or you can take it green. So you just mark all of them green on the underside, because that's where you want the supports. There. And now when I take down this, you can see that it shows as green. That means that those areas will get supports. Now if I slice it now, it still won't show anything, because we need to set the type of supports to use. So let's go back, and I'll change some settings. In my case, I would probably with a 0.4 nozzle would print it with 0.8, because that means the layer is thinner, so you get more layers and you can easier get a support. I would normally change the walls here to be just 0.4, and same for this. Support is not so important. Okay, so I can just leave that. Gyroid, but there's I would just set this to 100 actually. Apply gap fill everywhere. Just using some standard settings I always use for this. Wall loops 2, and then I would hook off or detect thin walls, because if you don't use detect thin walls, it may not detect some of these objects when you slice it. So let's try and make a slice. It looks okay. You can see now that it has sliced the walls to be like this. And then we go to speed, TPU, I prefer to print everything in TPU at around 20 ms. Simply because I feel that the quality is better when you print slow with TPU. Like that. Actually, the overhangs I print all with maximum 10. Because if you print these small nudges really fast, it's gonna... I don't think it will look good. Ooh, sorry, no brim. And I'll remove this infill retraction. It's the most hated settings I have because it will scrape the infill when the nozzle moves. Again, it can take it off the build plate. And then I go in and I hook for supports, which wasn't there before, and I select not normal but manual 3, and then slim type 3. Yes, okay. And I don't want to use raft. I don't want to use remove on small overhangs, because then it removes the small thingies. You can select on build plate only. Top C distance should be 0. Bottom C 0. You can use hollow patterns because it's not heavy. 0. Interface layers. Can use 2 top interface layers for the top one. Use the bottom one as well. Rectilinear interlaced should be good. Top interface spacing 0 and 0. 0.35 is fine. Max bridge length 10 millimeters. We can set that to 30, because that would be the distance. And 10 mil, no, that's 2 millimeters. So you can just leave it at 10 then. Okay, so and there, I think that looks good. And multi-material, I don't like to use flush. Okay, so let's try and inside file. Just save that as its own project. So now we're gonna slice it, and you can see you still have some problems reaching everything. Let's see how we can fix that. Yeah, so I figured it out. It was just me who forgot to click for supports under that specific ridge. Now you can see here now that it is going to print the thingy with supports. And that should be fine. And the thing with the TPU, because the supports are sort of well attached to the small ridges, when you tear them off, you will in many cases also tear off the small shelves that you made. And if you cannot do that, you can just gently scrape them away with a knife when you use TPU. So that is how you can... Oh, if you use any other kind of filament, you can probably just sand it down afterwards, just the small ridges, because they're very, very small, but they do help on printing with supports. So I'm sorry I didn't have sound in the first video. I have removed it, of course, as you can see, but I hope this video makes up for it. So I'll see you in the next one, and I hope you still watch my videos. Thank you.